The thunder rumbled like a warning drum in the sky. Rain fell heavily, slapping against roofs and trees. The night at Federal Girls' School felt restless, as if the sky itself wanted to hide something. 3 women walked fast across the compound. Principal Mrs. Adebayo led the way, her flashlight slicing the dark. Behind her came the stern matron, Mrs. Danladi, and 2 prefects, their steps quick and heavy. "Open this door immediately," the principal shouted when they reached the senior dormitory. The door creaked open. Inside, the light from their torches swept across rows of bunk beds. Girls sat up in shock, some pretending to sleep, others whispering nervously. Mrs. Adebayo's sharp eyes landed on a corner. There, on a bed, sat Lola. Calm, unshaken, a small smile played on her lips. Beside her was Ada, shaking, her eyes red from tears, her body pressed close to Lola's shadow. "Both of you, my office. Now." The principal's voice cracked like a whip. A flash of lightning lit the room. For 1 second, everything was clear. Then darkness swallowed it again. Ada's heart raced. She could hardly breathe. How had she gotten here? The story must go back to the beginning. The sun burned hot that afternoon. Cars dropped off students at the school gate. Parents carried boxes, mattresses, buckets, and bags. Excited chatter mixed with nervous laughter. Ada held her mother's hand tightly. With her other hand, she carried a small box of belongings. Her heart beat fast, part fear, part excitement. Her mother bent close and whispered, "This is your new home now. Be strong. Remember who you are." Ada nodded, forcing a smile. "New girl," a cheerful voice called. Ada turned to see a tall girl with bright eyes. She carried her mattress with ease and smiled warmly. "I'm Chioma. Welcome to Federal Girls," she said, stretching her hand. Relieved, Ada shook it. "I'm Ada. Stick with me," Chioma said knowingly. "This place has rules, not just the ones in the rulebook. You'll see." Ada frowned but didn't ask more. She thought she was here to study. She didn't yet know she was stepping into a world of shadows. At night, the dormitory was alive with whispers. Girls giggled, argued, or read secretly with torches. The matron's footsteps echoed as she checked the beds. Everyone froze when she passed, then exhaled when she left. Suddenly, the room grew tense. The door opened. Lola entered. Tall, graceful, confident. Titi, her closest ally, followed with sharp eyes. Whispers died instantly. Silence ruled. Chioma leaned close to Ada. "That's Lola. Final year student. She's feared by everyone. She always gets her way." Ada studied her. Lola didn't look frightening. She was beautiful, calm, and almost charming. "Don't be fooled," Chioma warned. "She's a storm wrapped in a smile." Ada turned to her pillow, but the image of Lola's quiet power stayed in her mind. One afternoon, Ada sat eating alone in the dining hall. Laughter and chatter filled the room. Suddenly, Lola appeared. The hall seemed to quiet down as she walked past. She stopped at Ada's table. "You, new girl," she said with a smile that wasn't really a smile. Ada froze. "Yes, senior. You read well?" Lola asked. Ada hesitated. I do. "Good. After prep, come to my corner. We'll talk." She left without another word. Ada's stomach tightened. Refusing Lola wasn't an option. The dormitory was dark except for a dim bulb in Lola's corner. Ada walked nervously toward her. Lola lounged on her bed, relaxed but watchful. Titi sat beside her, smirking. I've been watching you, Lola said softly. You're quiet. Quiet girls last longer here. Ada's throat felt dry. Why did you call me? Loyalty, Titi said sharply. That's what matters. Lola slid a packet of biscuits toward Ada. Eat, and understand, once you're under my wing, I protect you. But loyalty is the price. Ada's hand shook as she picked a biscuit. It tasted sweet, but her heart felt heavy. Days passed. Slowly, Ada's life began to change. Lola shielded her from bullying errands. She defended her when seniors shouted. She told jokes during prep that made Ada laugh. But in return, Ada carried food for her. She followed her rules. She grew distant from Chioma, who watched with worry. It felt like protection. It felt like friendship. But it was really a cage. One late night, Lola came to Ada's bed. Come, she whispered. Sleep here tonight. I'll keep you warm. Ada froze. Something in her heart warned her. But Lola's voice was soft, gentle, and strong. Slowly, Ada let herself be pulled into Lola's bed. From the corner, Titi smirked in the dark. Chains can feel soft, until you realize they're still chains. The next morning, the school buzzed with whispers. See her, she's Lola's handbag now. Two seniors giggled as Ada passed. She won't escape. Ada kept her eyes down. Chioma confronted her later. People are talking. You're always with Lola. Ada snapped. You don't know her like I do. She's my friend. But the words rang empty, even to her. Titi's eyes followed Ada everywhere. She didn't like Lola's attention being divided. One night she cornered Ada. Don't think you're special. Without Lola, you're nothing here. Ada trembled but said nothing. Titi smirked and walked away. Lola began asking Ada for favors. Sneaking extra food. Passing notes. Keeping secrets. One day she whispered, I need you to do something for me. Don't fail. Ada's heart raced. Saying no was not an option. The prefects noticed Lola's growing influence. They didn't like it. Rumors reached teachers. Matron Danladi grew suspicious. She started watching Lola's corner closely. Ada felt the walls closing in. Chioma tried again. Ada, listen to me. You're in danger. Break free now. Ada's eyes filled with tears. I can't. You don't understand. She protects me. Protects you. She controls you. Chioma shot back. Ada turned away. The bond of friendship between them cracked. One night, Lola pulled Ada close. You belong to me now, she whispered. Don't ever forget it. Ada's body stiffened. Fear and comfort twisted inside her like a storm. The whispers grew louder. Girls mocked Ada openly. Prefects muttered. Even teachers began to sense something. Ada wished she could hide. But Lola's shadow followed her everywhere. During her rounds, the matron began to linger near Lola's corner. She watched. She listened. Something wasn't right. Ada felt her chest tighten every night. One mistake, and everything would collapse. That night, the rain poured again. Ada stayed close to Lola. Their voices were low, whispers in the dark. But the matron was awake. She heard. She moved closer. Her eyes widened at what she saw. She reached for her phone. Chioma, torn between loyalty and fear, finally spoke to a prefect. Check Lola's corner, she whispered. The prefects exchanged glances. They had suspected already. That night, they prepared. Principal Adebayo stormed into the dormitory with matron and prefects. Flashlights shone bright. Lola, Ada, her voice thundered. To my office. Now. Gasps filled the room. Whispers spread like wildfire. In the principal's office, the air was heavy. Mrs. Adebayo's face was stern. Ada, Lola, do you know what you've done? Ada's lips trembled. She couldn't speak. Lola kept her head high, calm as ever. The next morning, the decision was made. Lola, expelled. Ada, suspended. The school compound buzzed with the news. Girls whispered in corners, their eyes wide with shock. Ada's mother stood waiting at the gate. Ada's eyes were fixed on the ground. "We'll talk at home," her mother said softly. Her voice was firm, but her heart ached. Chioma watched silently as Ada left. Her eyes stung with tears. She wished she had done more. Or less. She didn't know. Friendship had been lost in the storms. Lola walked out of the gate, expelled, her back straight. Her eyes burned, though she hid it well. She was broken, but she would never show it. At home, Ada sat alone. Memories of laughter, whispers, biscuits, and warnings filled her mind. She realized too late, protection can be a prison. Years later, Ada stood before her old school gate. The buildings had changed, but the memories had not. She touched the cold metal bars and whispered to herself, "Some lessons are not in textbooks. They are carved into the heart." The wind blew gently, carrying whispers of the past. Behind dormitory walls, Ada had learned the hardest truth. Not all friendships are safe, and some chains are harder to break than steel.